Here's what you're going to do if you don't like the person that you are being in your relationship. Maybe you don't like the characteristics that your partner is bringing out in you. Maybe there are feelings that you're experiencing that you don't like. I've been there. I understand how this feels. And as a relationship coach, I want to give you some insights on what you should do, what way you should look at the situation, and how to get yourself out of this helpless position where you just kind of have a lot of negative experiences come up and you feel negatively about your relationship or your partner, and how you can fix this, if you can fix this, when it's time to walk away. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to let me know by hitting the thumbs up button, and consider subscribing to my channel. Every relationship that you've ever been in has taught you a lesson. It has been an experience to help you understand more. Maybe you went through some traumatic experiences and now you know what you don't want. Maybe those heartbreaks affected you in a way that brought out some fears that you now have and you didn't have them before. All of your feelings are valid. All of your experiences are valid. But with this video specifically, I want to help move you forward instead of feeling like you're stuck in a position where you don't really know what to do. Maybe you're not very happy with things. Maybe you're not happy with the way your partner is treating you. Maybe you know you deserve better, but you don't know how to ask for that, or why they're choosing not to show you those things, especially if they did in the beginning. If you don't like how you are showing up in your relationship, if you don't like how you're feeling in your relationship, part of it is your partner, but part of it is yourself. And while there are things that you can do, like set boundaries and make sure that you deliver your values to your partner, maybe have a conversation with them, try to resolve a conflict, it is up to them to decide whether or not they're going to change that behavior. But it's up to you to decide whether you're going to continue accepting that, if you're going to view this as it means something about the way your partner feels about you, or if you're going to view this situation as, this is bringing up some things in myself that I don't really like. Let me see where this is stemming from. Let me see how I can work through this, because I don't want to be in a situation where I don't feel good about myself, don't feel good about my relationship, and how things are progressing. So let's say that your partner brings out a lot of anxious fears that come up based on them maybe not wanting to spend time with you. Maybe they're just doing something where you kind of feel like they're neglecting your needs as their partner. Maybe they're not listening to you. Maybe you gave them some advice and your partner just kind of ignored it. Obviously, in a relationship, you guys are a unit and you're feeding off of each other all the time. Your energy, your vibes, everything that's coming up is a result of how both of you are interacting, and all of your thoughts and everything like that is also intertwined. Before you start looking at your partner like it's completely their fault that you're feeling the way you're feeling, maybe that is the case. I'm not going to deny it. Maybe your partner is doing something that is kind of shady or wrong, or they know is not okay with you, but for some reason they're choosing to do this. Before you just start to solely blame them and look at them as the problem and react based on their input into the relationship, react on based how you feel, I want you to hold on to a really simple truth, and that is that the two of you are a unit and you guys feed off of each other all the time, all day long. The energy that you put in, the feelings that you have towards each other, the thoughts that are never shared, everything that ties two people together, it's like a living, breathing system on its own. So if your partner is doing something that you don't like, before you start to look at them, I want you to question what you're doing in that situation that is helping feed into that is making that okay, that is opening the doors to something you don't want to welcome into your relationship. What's going on? And I want you to do this analytically. So don't think about this as a way to kind of deflect and put blame onto your partner. Don't look at this as a way to defend how you feel, because a lot of people with the victim mindset, that's what they do. But you're a lot wiser than that, and you want to be able to kind of control what happens in your relationship more than that, without judgment, without emotions attached. Just take a look at the bigger picture. Maybe there is something that you've overlooked that you are helping to contribute to that. And the second thing is, whatever feelings that your partner is bringing up in you is also telling you that there's something that needs to be worked on. So if you feel fearful that maybe they're going to go do something wrong, if you feel like you're being neglected and your partner owes you more attention, or they aren't investing as much time into you, they're not being as kind as you want them to, ask yourself first if you're doing that for you. All of this that I'm telling you requires a great deal of maturity and wanting to respond to things with intelligence instead of just taking the position of a reactor, someone who feeds off of whatever is put into them, but they don't actually contribute anything of their own that feels good to them just because they want to. Not out of obligation, not just because you're responding to something your partner did. Here's the other thing, no matter what is going on in your relationship, you have the ability to pull back whenever something isn't right. And if you don't feel that way, then you obviously have not recognized your power in the relationship, and you're most likely lacking a lot of self-stability in order to show up in that relationship in the way that you desire, instead of whatever the circumstances are and react to that. I've learned to recognize some of my triggers in the relationship, and honestly, for a third person to tell you, it's kind of much easier for them to see the pattern than maybe you to see your own pattern. That doesn't mean you can't, and I actually encourage you to start looking for this. If you're not feeling good about yourself or about how you feel in that relationship, most likely there is a need that you are neglecting for yourself that you can probably fill without your partner's contribution. But let's say that you don't feel good in your relationship because your partner isn't spending time with you. They want to do things with their friends, or they want to go out and pursue their own hobbies, whereas you feel like, I want to spend more quality time with my person, I want to feel close to them, and you're not getting that bonding time that you desire. It's up to you how you handle the situation. If you decide to feel butthurt or give your partner the silent treatment, maybe start giving them a little bit of attitude so that they realize that maybe you're not getting enough time with them that you want. Or even if you decide not to show or say anything, but you just walk around being distant and awkward, making the situation awkward too, chances are your partner is going to want to flee from that situation more than if you were just happy to see them when they're there. And when you feel like your partner isn't giving you enough attention, you can choose to express to your partner that you don't really feel like they are spending the amount of time with you that you want to be. But the way that you deliver this is going to get the reaction that you're going to get. If it feels like a confrontation, your partner is going to react negatively. If it feels like a request with a bunch of flirtation, expressing to your partner the benefits for them in doing this thing for you, they will be way more likely to actually want to do it themselves instead of feeling like, oh, I have to just so that she stops nagging me. It is up to you to deal with the emotions, negative emotions that are coming up, and to be able to diffuse them as much as possible so that you can create a light, comfortable, friendly relationship atmosphere for you and your partner. The more you do to make things feel fun, the more you do to make them feel comfortable and just have a place where both people feel accepted, have the ability to express who they truly are, the more likely you are to create the relationship that you desire, instead of just getting a situationship that makes you question whether they're here for the right reasons, whether you should stay or go. Here's another truth. Honestly, the more happy you are with yourself, the more you feel like all of your spheres of life are doing well, the more likely you are to come level-headed into your relationship and to have more grace towards your partner, to keep the relationship fun. And think about being on the receiving end of having a constructive criticism conversation. How would it feel to hear what you have to say? Get creative about how you can express your needs and desires in a way that makes it fun, in a way that makes it like a game for your partner to want to do, instead of like an obligation or something that they're doing wrong and you have to point out. And a lot of times our partner makes us feel bad in a relationship unknowingly, or just because maybe they're not reading what you need. So expressing it is super important. I didn't want to make this video too long, but I really hope that something I said landed with you and it helps you to analyze your relationship from where you are now. Instead of looking at the negative things, start focusing on the things that you want to bring more into your relationship, what you want to add, what would make it better, and start doing those things. Start doing everything you can to have an amazing relationship, because you deserve it. And you chose this person for a reason. I want to wish you lots of love, and I'll see you guys in my next video.